G'day. The other day I spoke about telling stories when you're doing your presentations to your clients, and today I'm just going to elaborate on that a little bit more. Hi, I'm David Seymour and welcome to another session of the nitty gritty of selling. Yeah, so the other day I was talking about telling stories to get your clients' attention a little bit more, get some buy-in, you might say. And I think it is a great way of looking at it when you do your presentations, is that you need to tell that story, tell them about how you understand their situation now and how you're going to hold their hand and walk all the way through the whole process and have a great resolution, a great solution, you might say, at the end of it. So now what I also want you to consider is in your presentation, there's a couple of things that you need to do as well. And one of those is if you're able to maybe do some sort of sketches, like little drawing, stick figure type stuff, saying this is you, this is me, this is where we're at, you know, and if you can actually grab their attention by actually having them watch what you're writing and watch what you're drawing. You don't have to be an artist, but just think about how you can relate your story down on paper a little bit as you talk, and have them next to you and have them looking at what you're doing, and whether you're drawing little pictures of houses or machinery or whatever it might be, it'll grab their attention, and it just shows that you're sort of a little bit more committed about the whole thing. And of course, the other one, which I think is very important, is when you doing a presentation, is that you've got to get a little bit emotional about it in some respect, in the way that you talk, rather than just sitting there talking, going, these are the statistics and this is the result if you do this, and when we did this last year, this is what happened. How fucking boring is that? You need to have a bit of excitement in your voice, a bit of elevation, a bit of passion for what you're doing, and don't be afraid to sort of use that that excitement in your voice, and also pause now and again. Just when you're talking, pause, and people are just waiting for you to say your next thing. They sit there waiting for it. Okay, so rather than just that monotonous blah 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 blah, get a little bit of excitement in it, you know. And then the next part of your delivery, when you're doing your presentations to your clients, is also seeking confirmation that they are in agreement or understanding of what it is that you're saying as you go through. Not at the end. Don't just go blah, 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 rah, 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 for 10, 15, 20 minutes and then go, oh, is there any questions? As you go through the whole thing, there's times when you can go, do you agree with that? Do you get what I'm saying? Do you understand this? Is that okay? You know, so by using those sort of phrases is getting their buy-in the whole way through. And then guess what? When you get to the end, when you're going to ask for that's it, business, they are a lot more likely to agree to say yes, and just say yes because they've agreed all the way through. So it's hard for them to say no, isn't it? And if they do say no at some stage or show a concern, I'm not going to use it, I wouldn't say an objection to what you're saying, but maybe just not clear on what you're saying, you go through it again and stipulate some of the things and just spell out the obvious, and then ask again, make sure that they got confirmation of, yes, I understand what you're saying, or B, I agree with what you're saying. And of course, as I just said before, as once they've agreed all the way through, it's a lot harder for them to say no. Now here's another thing that you want to take into consideration. If you're doing business with people that have got some issues in their lives, maybe you're a real estate person, you're going to be marketing or you're pitching to an appraisal to market a property where it's a divorce or separation type situation. The big thing here, guys, is you can have empathy for both parties, because sometimes you get to sit with each party individually and and he may be going, oh, she's just blah, 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 and she might be saying, oh, he's blah, 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 blah. You can have empathy with their situation, but I would say to you, don't have to have sympathy. You don't have to get on side with them and go, oh, yeah, that's not right, oh, that's not good. You don't really want to be seen to be taking sides. You don't want them to think that you're that sort of person that's going to side with them as such. What you want them to do is have them understand that you empathise with this situation, you know and feel for them, but you're not going to get into that conversation of bagging the other partner just because they're not there, or supporting them just because they are there. You really want to say, hey, I'm here to show you what we're going to do and how we're going to go about it, and this is what we need to do, blah, blah, blah. But stay away from the sympathy side of it and just use the empathy. And that goes for anything, even when there's been a major problem, if you're pitching for some problem and another supplier is fucked up and you're in there trying to save the day, so to speak. The thing about it is empathy for their situation, but you don't have to bag the opposition or the other people who may not have got it right or the customer's not happy with. Have a better moral than that. So when you're doing your pitch, just remember, as I said, if you can draw some sort of pictures, some sketches, or even if you've got a flip chart where you can actually show people things and go this, 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 it just grabs your attention, because if you're doing this with your finger, guess what they are doing? They are watching what you're doing. Secondly, as I said, the use of your voice. Make sure that you actually raise it now and again, that you slow down now and again, that you get excited, you lean forward, you sit back. All that body language and voice keeps them interested. And thirdly, one of the most important things, as I said, don't show as much sympathy, but more so empathy for any client situation. Hey, that's the nitty-gritty of selling today. Love to hear your comments below. Got any questions, fire them away. I'm David Seymour. That's the nitty-gritty selling today.